Alright everybody, welcome back to CC1 in the black and white tile set. We are on block and roll, and the goal today is to reach underground, level 141. I don't think I have it in me to get all the way to special tonight, because we gotta go through quite a handful of levels tonight. But that is the initial goal for now. We'll just see how it goes from there. Thankfully, block and roll, basically the rest of this decade is fairly straightforward. This level could very easily pose a problem because it requires all these blocks to be pushed first. So if I die by a walker, at any point, I will probably just skip this whole beginning section for your guys' benefit. Me, unfortunately, I have to replay it, but that is perfectly fine. So I hope you all are having a wonderful evening. It is Tuesday night as I'm recording this. This will probably go up on the channel tomorrow. And we're kind of close with CCLP2's anniversary coming up. I know I'm kind of making a big deal about that, and I promise you I'm not trying to. It's just it's just relevant is all. Is probably all I'm really getting at. Okay, so let's just make that bug circle. You just gotta loop the bugs and dodge the walkers. Okay, this room, I have to be honest, I don't remember how to do. I think let's just test it out, I guess. Okay, so that let know where this can go somewhere. Potentially. Let's do this. Okay, there we go. I guess it doesn't really matter how you get this chip. Okay, now we just gotta get that middle one and the bottom one. Shouldn't be too terrible. Okay, that's it for that section. Using walkers for this part of the level is certainly a choice. I will give it that. That bottom walker, there we go. I was gonna say, the bottom walker was just not wanting to cooperate. I think my favorite aspect about this level is how there's some parts that kind of resemble other CC1 levels prior. The beginning part, for some reason, makes me think of Cell Blocked, even though it has nothing to do with Cell Blocked. I think it's just the 3x3 rooms and how they're connected. And they have pop-up walls and stuff. Alright, to the right is the exit, I believe. Got lucky with that walker. I remember these are hot blocks. I don't remember the pattern off the top of my head. I think I read... Okay, there's 7 blocks. Or not 7 blocks. There's 7 chips left. And I remember they're in a checkerboard pattern, so I guess we just got to figure out which one has 7. I think it's... Yeah, it's this pattern. And just be careful. And we're home for a first try blockbuster... Not blockbuster. Block and roll. Blockbuster was 2 tries. But first try block and roll. Very satisfying. Alright, Skelzy. Okay, we're just gonna dip out. Like so. Okay, got the key right off the bat. Oh, pff. I was paranoid about the ball coming up in the teleport sequence. So that is unfortunately a death, because we are stuck here forever.
Bummer.
That is an actual death because of the teleport sequence. That is juicy stuff. Alright, let's keep this death counter open. I guess right here is okay. Oh, I can't resize it. Okay. 75 deaths. Okay, so we know it's a left and right ball. Okay, I think it got trapped. Okay, good, because I was not liking where it was. Alright, we're home free out here. Okay, we got this key. So I use this template as well as the CC1 for Intralink, which this pattern was really awkward to work with. It took me a long time to figure out what to do with it. You guys are like blocking my way out. Okay, I was gonna say I better not die to that guy, because that would be the death of all time, I think. One thing I might do oh, I didn't even notice the blob was right there. Holy crap. One thing I might do... Why are you guys blocking these doors? I might do like a death counter compilation, like just for fun. Whenever we are done with this, which should be soon, but we'll see. Well, not a death compilation, but like ranking all the deaths, I guess. That might be kind of stupid, though. I'll probably leave that to someone else to do. Alright, all full. Honestly, probably the best level we're going to play tonight. Because quality is not really in the 130s. Oh, mix-up is kind of nicely made. always went this way as a kid. I always went this path. Damn, the glider's following them too. Okay, at least the bugs will loop around that. I'm not sure if I've ever seen the glider take this path in here. This might be the first time I've personally ever seen the glider. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Somehow that guy broke free from the loop. Now that would have been the death of all time. If I died to that, that would have been pretty funny. Okay, let's just go in here. Kind of a shame this level doesn't work properly in MS. But at the same, even with it not working properly, it's still a really cool level. Okay, we can collect these guys. I'm actually not sure if we even need all these keys, but we are going to be getting them anyway. Alright. 2 chips left. Well, there's actually like 6, I think. Oh yes, we did need all of them. Well, let's just collect them all for the funsies. Alright, all full done. Fun level to play. Don't really have many fond memories of it, to be completely honest with you, but it's a pretty cool level. You don't get that many large amount of chips collection levels this late in the game. Alright, lobster trap. Okay, this one's going to be pretty silly. I just kind of want to get all these guys somewhat on a path into their own little doom. I love how CC1 just used this dirt pattern like 4 different times. But I don't think I've ever made a level with it. That's honestly a lot of room. That'll get a lot more of them out. And that's exactly why I opened up that path, so they wouldn't bother me. That guy got stuck down there. He did not join his little friends. And we are still going to get a guy in here. But I think we're safe. Yep, alright. I guess that glider got deflected somehow. Cool. Alright, Ice Cube is next. The only thing I'm kind of worried about this one is the bug. Because there's a very likely chance I could, you know, slide out on accident and collide with the bug. via lucky timing and all that jazz. I mean, it happened twice with slide step last video, so I mean, totally not out of the question for it to possibly happen here. I'm making good progress so far. Okay, that's good to get that one, because that's the only path that leads to it. Okay, let's go back up here. Yeah, that's the way I came. So let's go like this. Yeah, that's back where I was. Up from here? Okay. Alright, now's the time where we start playing how do you collect the rest of the chips. Alright. Well, that was easy. I don't want to slide out. Alright, that's another chip. That's another one. Okay, I think we're going to be here for a bit. So I think for the bulk of this level, of me recording it at least, for you guys, I will probably just fast forward through it until I get the rest of the chips. Because this is a problem. Just aimlessly, once you start aimlessly sliding around, that's when you know you're kind of cooked. But the only way I can die is if I hit that bug on accident. And I'm going to try my best to avoid that. Yeah, I know I need to go left here to get that guy. And also that guy. Okay, so I'm down to 3. Fortunately, that was the end of the road for that branch. I don't think we slide down this way, do we? I guess we kind of do. That one should be easy to collect, I would think. It's just right there. Okay, got 2 left. I think those last 2 will be the tough ones. Okay, I see where I need to be. I need to be at that tile right there, which frustrates me because I was up there at one point. But I don't remember how to get back to that tile. Yeah, that's a dead end for sure. I don't think it's this way. Oh, maybe. Oh, hey. Okay, we got it. Good timing. Now, can I get out of here without colliding with a thingamajig? Can I get out of here in general? Sorry, I had an itch on my nose. Yeah, getting out of here is going to be a little bit of an issue, but perhaps not. There we go. Now, can I go down, or is that bug going to collide with me? Up, 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 up. Okay, I'm going to have to slide in. Your DMs. No, just kidding. Alright, Ice Cube is completed. I expected to be stuck on that for a little bit longer, but I'm glad I wasn't. So, probably not that much fast forwarding at the end of the day, which is nice. Alright, I've made it this far. Chip thanks. Totally fair. With my Mega Brain. Then he starts the next maze. Totally unfair. He yelps. Totally unfair. Okay, so I came prepared for this. I'm not gonna lie or pretend like I'm not, but I have a map open on the Chip Wiki page, which is the best Wikipedia page for Chip's Challenge stuff. And let's just do what it says. Remember SJUM. Okay, so apparently we just need to do this. Unfortunately, we're not going to really know if we win. Till we hear that pop, which I don't think it does. I think it's not. Yeah, okay, so expected to fail that the first try, even with a map. So let's see here. I think I waited too long below the wall. Okay. Okay, let's just wait here for a second. Or 3. And go all the way up here and wait a couple more. Go down here. Okay, and go up here. Okay, something's not right. Should I just do the bold route? Yeah, I should just do the bold route. I guess I'll let the timer run out. Let's see. So you collect the 3 chips, and then go 5 up, 18 right. You expect me to count moves, dude? We had to show 1 timeout, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right, up, right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And right. Oh, there it goes. Alright. Optimizers, you did it again. Thank you for the assistance. Alright, I think I owe a death for the timeout, so let's add that to the list. And that is totally unfair. Very unfair. I mean, I probably could have done that without a map, but let's be honest, guys. We're not going to do that. Okay, mix up. Okay, I'm absolutely going to use the busted solution to this. Well, it's not really busted, it's just you can skip an entire block pushing segment in MS. I remember this level being pretty tough for me when I was a little kid, because there wasn't like a clear starting point, and at that point in my life, personally, even to this day, if I don't have a proper starting point somewhere, it's not easy for me to figure out where to start. But it's sometimes satisfying if you can, and most of the time I'm able to. It just takes me longer than most other people, is the only caveat. Because we actually have a pretty sweet Sokoban that also took a long time for me to figure out how to unravel, but we got it. I remember being, even today, I'm satisfied with how many blocks there are in this room. It's like, man, how can you cram this many blocks in here and it's somehow a possible puzzle? I'm pretty confident to say that this Sokoban in particular was like my first real exposure to the Sokoban genre. I'm sure it probably was for other people as well. I used this wall pattern for walls of CC1, and I was pretty happy with what I made. There's some bits to it I don't care for, especially after Bowman's Let's Play and his frustration, particularly with the Walker cloner. But I tried to turn all the rooms with the Sokoban, like this one especially, I tried to turn it into something unique. And this room became like a ball dodging room where you had to push trap buttons in a certain order a couple of times. Felt nice for the size. Alright, so with this green key, we can start extracting the blocks out of this Sokoban. Which is easier said than done, as are most traditional Sokobans. I think that frees up enough room so we can start extracting them like so. So funny enough, my brother is also playing Chips Challenge 1 again with the original hardware through DOSBox. And he even has the old computer background, desktop background image that our computer had when we were kids, when we were first playing Chips Challenge and various other educational games. I was really big into Jumpstart First Grade. Has anyone ever done those when they were kids? Did they do those educational CD-ROM interactive games? I did a lot of those as a kid. Treasure Mountain was a huge one. Treasure Cove. Jumpstart First Grade was another big one. There were a couple others too. Some of the Disney ones I did. I didn't really care for the Disney ones because the way they were animated kind of freaked me out. But man, good times, man. I would love to get my hands on that computer that my grandma had when we were playing Chips Challenge and all these amazing games on. And reboot it up and just to see if it runs still. If and when that ever happens, I will be sure to video it, because something like that deserves to be back on the... It deserves to be videofied. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. Let's just collect these 4 chips. So something I shouldn't probably mention, because this is probably going to upset probably at least one person in particular. But I just might be getting back into CC1 designing. There are some levels I've been making on behind the scenes. I'm not going to reveal too much more information behind it, but if it goes well, it would be a pretty cool set. I guess I could have done that Sokoban just for fun. Alright, well we can keep that teeth up there pretty much the entire time. And I say I shouldn't be CC1 designing because I am supposed to be quote-unquote retired from designing CC1 levels, just because I've made so many, you know, and Joshi exists, so all these new levels I do make will just have to be placed in Joshi. And since that's an ongoing Let's Play, it basically prolongs that. Which, funny enough, I haven't been recording Joshi. I have to be honest with you guys. I haven't been recording it. I've been enjoying replaying CC1 a whole lot more than I initially expected to. Okay, what's sending this guy on a little ride? Get him mixed up. All right. And that is mix up. Very fun level, a little long, but not unreasonable. At least it stays interesting with all the different block pushing sections. Alright, Blob Dance, here we go. A lot of people have been telling me this level, basically their thoughts on this level. Already almost died on the first blob.
Bummer.
It did die on the first blob. That is the CC1 moment, folks. Wow. Of all the blobs I thought I'd die to, the first one was not on the list.
Bummer.
Dude, and you got it twice. Okay. Chill out, buddy. Chill out. You got me once. Now let me through. Thank you. You just wanted to add 2 more deaths on the counter. I got you, bro. I got you. Alright, now we're getting into the tougher stuff. This one has 4 blobs in it. Alright. You just gotta wait a bit, that's all. But patience is a virtue, and I know that as a CC 2LP1 level. I think the second to last room has like 7 blobs in it. It's insane. But this is the kind of difficulty this set hinged on back in the day, man. I mean... Oof, that was a little close for comfort. Okay, let's get down to there. Okay, that's kind of cool. That chip was used as a makeshift wall to protect me from that. Alright, I think this is the room with 7 blobs in it. This one's gonna take a second to get through. Alright, that chip. Alright. Settle down, buddy. I don't like how many are around that one. There we go. Blob dance is done. The only blob that killed me was the first one, twice. Alright, pain is next. A level we were all looking forward to, not really. Can I even get past that? I don't think I can. I think I'm screwed. Yeah, the bugs looped in such a way, or collided in such a way, it made that inaccessible. Although this bug could possibly change it. I'm hoping. Thank you, Mr. Bug. That actually makes this part way easier. Okay, I know another guy's coming. Yep, there he is. I knew he was on it. I saw you, buddy. I saw you coming around the corner.
Bummer.
I didn't see you guys, though. Oh. Outsmarted me once again, I see. Alright. Death number 80, folks. I got asked the question from the last video. Not on the video itself, but someone else. They asked me why I added... Okay, I didn't even move. I got lucky they didn't mess me up. Okay. So once I hit...
Bummer.
Once I hit the bug... yeah, these collisions are stupid. At least this is at the beginning of the level, though. Alright, I'm just gonna hurry up and let these guys out. Alright, we should be home free. Because even if they come back, we can get out this way. Oop. Alright. Can I please just get out of here safely? That'd be nice. Oh wait, I do have to get that damn block out. That's right. Alright, well, I had to focus on that. Sorry about that. Those bugs were causing a lot more problems than you would expect them to. And actually, in Links, this level is worse. Not just for the beginning part, but for this... everyone's favorite part. Da-da-da-da! All the blocks. We get some fire boots for free, though. That's cool. Alright, well, let's not even hesitate. Let's just get through it. So, someone asked me why I added the ding sound effect after Death 50 and beyond in the last video. And honestly, I might have abused it for a bit. It was originally just added to the 50th death and nothing else. But I watched it back and I kind of felt it was weird just to have it play one time in the whole video. So I figured, and my initial plan was just to keep the ding death sound effect until I beat the game, basically. But I might actually go back and edit the video and just put out a version, or replace it with a version of it just being the one time it dings at 50, and it's just nothing after that. Because I watched the video back the next day on my regular YouTube channel, the one I used to do CC Let's Plays on. And after like Death 54 or 55, basically when it got to perfect match, I started kind of cringing at hearing it, which is stupid because the whole reason I added it so much was because I died so much on perfect match. It was my way of adding a little humor to like a death montage, more or less. That's basically what that whole thing was. It was just a montage of dying 10, 15 times, however many times it was. But I probably overdid it. But as I'm doing these CC Let's Plays, I'm also kind of experimenting with new styles I've never done before, like sound effects, for example. I did this with I think not the last CC1 video, but the one before it with the a few moments later SpongeBob gag. That was a last minute addition. When I first rendered the video, it wasn't part of it. But the jump between transitions, wherever the video cut, didn't feel natural to me. So I figured I'd put like a silly interlude thing. And they might happen in the future videos. It just depends on how creative I'm feeling. Like, do I feel like putting the effort into a video only, like, I don't know, it's only relevant to a really small community? Like, if you are by chance of someone watching this has no idea what this game is, have no idea of there being a community around such a game, and you're watching me play it through a tile set that's not bad, but not the intended way of playing it. Well, first off, hello. Welcome to the channel. But yeah, I'm just trying new things out. That's the gist of it. So I guess I will either fast forward through this, or maybe I'll just take advantage of the situation and do another silly interlude transition thing. And if something happens, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, you will definitely hear it, or you'll definitely see it. Okay, how do I handle this? I guess bridge from right here. Like one block right here, and then you start looping around and push to the right. Probably didn't want to push those two. Like these two right here. I probably didn't need to do that. Now that I'm looking at it, I could have just done it like this and gone that way. I think it's fine. I think you get like 20 extra blocks in this level, so honestly, not even that big of a deal. But I do have to take a block this way. I'm not a big fan of that stray water tile being right there. I very well might just get rid of it because I don't want to misstep right there. Alright, there we go. Now it's a safe spot. like so. Oh boy. I don't know, man. This is long. This is a long path, man. I don't know what they were thinking with this being an acceptable amount of blocks for solving the level. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go up here and extract more of these guys. And we'll just take it down here. We can see how many more we have left. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 13 spots left to go. So, well, after this will be 12. Okay. We are getting there. We are getting there. I don't think I can go silent for much longer, though, because I am starting to fade. This level is duller than dull, dude. And I made double pane. And the whole reason I made double pane, I guess to go on that little tangent for the sake of it, was I just wanted to normalize listening to your favorite music while you play a super long block pushing level, because that's what I did whenever I played levels like Pain or you know, whatever, Warehouse 1, Warehouse 2, and CCLP2. Even some custom levels at the time had lots of block pushing content. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna put on my favorite tunes while I push all these blocks around and not really think much of it. In a CC playthrough like this, though, obviously I can't listen to anything while I play. I'm just stuck in my own thoughts, wandering to the chips gods of why this was allowed into the set. Like, was there not a CC1 rejects? Like, were there not other CC1 levels for consideration? Or were these 149 or 148 in links? Were these all levels that just were all designed for just the game and nothing more was made for consideration? Because you got like some ports of, I think it's a Nintendo port that has that exclusive level. Like, would that be a CC1 reject level? Who knows? The things you think about while you play Pain. Whew, we still got like probably 5 or 6 blocks left. I'm not gonna say the meme number. Quite frankly, I think it's more than 7. Or less than 7 that we have. I guess I can stop and check. Three. Oh, we had less than 5. Okay. We got 3 blocks left to go. And then we are home free. Two more to go. We're trucking along. We are almost there. Alright, one more block. Come on down. You are the next contestant on The Price is Right. And I'm just going to hold right. And let's get out of pain. That is done. That is over with. And let us get through, trust me. With a bolt time. Cool. By the way, no one ever caught it, but I incorrectly mentioned the bolt time in Glut was 14. It's actually 17. No one caught that, which I'm glad, because if they did, I would have just said that was a rage bait. Alright, double maze time. I have the map open for this one as well. I'm not going to even try without it. I did Ice Cube, that was more than enough. So I have the handy double maze image that has it just as a regular thin wall maze, just so it's much easier to read. So shout out Tyler for it. We want to go down. This level's really cool though. I mean, it gets a lot of flack because it's, you know, long. And it more or less comes right after Pain. Okay, where am I at? But it's a cool concept. I think it'd be better without the okay, I am completely lost. Where am I at? Where am I at? Let's get my bearings. Okay, I am at the top. Okay, I got both of those. And also, it just requires a lot of chips. Okay, so now I need to go back to the beginning. Alright, so now let's see, now I need to move. I need to make some window changes here so I can see the right half of the maze. Which this part is a little tough because there's not as many chips. Go all the way up. Okay, where am I at? Okay, where am I at? Down, down. Okay, so now... Alright, just those two chips on that path. Alright, double maze is done. Even with the map, it still took a good second. Alright, gold key is next. This level is always really weird. It's kind of like Trust Me's older brother that actually behaves properly. Because has anyone ever made that connection how Trust Me and Gold Key are both blue wall, yellow key levels? I mean, Trust Me is definitely more so than Gold Key, but... Also, we're in black and white, so it's not the title's not even accurate. It's like it's just called white key, basically. All right, collect that key. Could go back on the forest floor side, but I think I'm good on that. All right, don't go that way. That is a trap. Kind of alludes to Trust Me. Alright, so we need to go through this and collect the flippers. Get one extra key. And I think we go back. Okay, good, there was a way out. I think you have to go back through this way. And there's that little wall you can sneak through. Alright, gold key's done. Not too bad. I actually expected to die on the forest floor part, but didn't. I'll take the deathless gold key for sure. Alright, partial post. I like how the hint in this isn't even in the block room. It's actually right here. Block teleporters to reroute them. I'm really glad that CC1 teaches you this concept. In fact, I'm going to do this the cool way and push blocks on through the teleport always. Because you can follow them. Okay, we just set up the partial posts in all these rooms now. Admittedly, when I was very, very, very new to this game, I actually thought partial post was not a possible level to solve because the hint is admittedly quite vague with what to do. It says block teleport block teleporters to reroute them, but it doesn't. That's all it says. It's pretty obtuse in a weird sort of way. Alright, partial post is done. The best concept ever, possibly. Good introduction to it. I like how it's towards the end of the set, so it's basically an implied, like, advanced concept, just by that very nature. But cool little level. Alright, York House is next. This should be pretty easy. The walkers, I don't believe they're as threatening as some might make them out to be. I think letting them all out is probably the right move, though. So this is another level that me and my brother took to our advantage to making our own levels out of when we didn't know level editors were a thing. We would go through York House and do what we would do in Hunt, and just collect random chips and give a certain amount left over for the other player to collect. I think we did it more so on this level more than Hunt, actually, because Hunt had a time limit that you had to work around. And this one's untimed, so it's a little easier to make a level. To quote-unquote make your own level when there's no timer to worry about. Just go out. This should be the rest of the chips right here. And York House is done. Easy peasy. And Ice Death, our last level of the video, because this video is long. I see all the clips I've made so far, and we're already like well over an hour. But I have the wiki page open for this level, open with the directions to step in, and so this should be hopefully a deathless ice death. So we go up, right, 2 up, left, down, right, down, right, down, 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 left, left, up, up, 2 left, up, left, up, left, down, right, down, left, 2 down, right, down, 2 right, up, right, up, right, up, up, left, left, up, left, 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 down, down, right, right, down, right, right, down, down, right, right, up, 3 left, up, left, left, down, 4 right, 2 up, 4 left, 4 up, 2 right, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, up. Okay. Now, just don't step in the water. Actually pay attention to your screen. Alright, ice death is done. Easy stuff. If you seriously expect me to do this without maps or guidance or whatever, you're crazy. I know it's not as authentic as some might hope it is, but I mean, who wants to see me? Oh, let's die a bunch in an ice death to figure out the path, even though I can look up what the path is. Crazy that Chuck made this level. Groovyloids. Chip makes it almost to the end. He's stoked. Alright guys, we are on the final decade, and we are going to do it all in one go in the next video, the last video for CC1 in black and white. Hope you all enjoyed. This was a little bit of a boring video to record. I have to be completely honest, because half the, well, not half, but 3 or 4 levels I had to pull up the wiki for just to solve them in a reasonable amount of time. Again, not authentic, but I'm not really going for authenticity with this Let's Play. We're just playing it just to see if we can beat it in black and white, and I think it's safe to say we absolutely can. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Found some enjoyment out of this weirdly structured video, because I have like 7 clips I have to go through. And I hope you all have a good one. We will see you next time for the finale of CC1 in black and white.